Elmo, you know what we're here to talk about.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for Jon Stewart's most side-splitting contributions to the political news satire, The Daily Show.
Yes, they can be.
Number 10, Trump-Harris debate takedown.
What an incredible display of the awkward tension that happens when your son is dating a biracial girl and you meet her parents for the first time.
After a 9-year hiatus, Jon Stewart triumphantly returned to The Daily Show in 2024 with weekly Monday appearances, and he has not missed a beat.
Where was I?
This was evident in his first show back. Offering up an A-grade skewering of Donald Trump and Joe Biden, Stewart hilariously riffed on the then presidential candidates' ages.
They are the oldest people ever to run for president, breaking by only 4 years the record that they set!
Further proof that the host still knew how to turn political dysfunction into gut-busting comedy came after the chaotic Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris ABC debate. Jon went live with several scorched earth takes and dumbfounded reactions, all while he expertly dissected the evening's occurrences.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
What the fuck just happened?
Number 9, Faith Off, Easter versus Passover.
As a father of mixed faith children who are exposed to both Christian and Jewish holidays, I can't help but feel that we Jews are getting our asses kicked out here.
Jon Stewart has long embraced his cultural Judaism with humor and self-awareness, and nowhere was that clearer than in this classic Daily Show segment. With mock jealous exasperation, Stewart compared the two springtime religious holidays, Easter and Passover, and hilariously lamented how Christians were simply better at marketing theirs.
Easter weekend is an observation of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection. So, ba-bam! Ba-bam! A basket with candy!
Stewart essentially laid out the case that while the story of Exodus is epic, slavery, plagues, escape, somehow it ends in a dinner that feels like homework.
Would you like the treats a magical bunny brought you, or a bone from a dead baby lamb?
With biting wit and cultural affection, he turned religious comparison into comedic gold, pointing out that when it came to branding, Judaism might need a new PR team.
Which egg am I going to go for? The one filled with chocolate or the one filled with egg? Because it's an actual f***ing egg. Because that's what slaves ate. Taste it. Oh, wait.
Number 8, Cheney's got a gun.
Ex-President Cheney came by earlier this afternoon to meet with the patient for a brief period of time.
How minimally thoughtful.
When Vice President Dick Cheney accidentally shot a friend during a hunting trip in 2006, late-night talk show hosts had a field day. Jon Stewart was no exception.
Making 78-year-old Harry Whittington the first person shot by a sitting Veep since Alexander Hamilton.
Before diving into the headline-grabbing story, our award-winning host first gave thanks for the comedy goldmine. But Stewart didn't just mine the incident's absurdity for laughs. He dug deeper, poking holes in the very premise of the hunting expedition itself.
The vice president and 2 others got out of the car to walk up the covey.
What kind of hunting story begins with getting out of your car?
He also cleverly poked fun at the then vice president's response in the aftermath, all before offering parents at home a bit of surprisingly valuable wisdom.
Don't let your kids go hunting with the vice president.
It was peak Stewart. Political scandal turned surreal comedy gold. Number 7, Bush versus Bush. If there's one thing Jon Stewart does better than most, it's exposing political hypocrisy, especially when it comes from those in power.
When you combine the new mandate that criticizing the commander-in-chief is off limits in wartime with last year's official disbanding of the Democratic Party, well, we're left at an all-time low in the good old-fashioned honest debate category.
In this highly entertaining 2003 segment, Stewart holds up a mirror to George W. Bush, contrasting the promises he made as a presidential candidate with the very different actions he made while in office.
The United States of America will make that stand.
Well, certainly that represents a bold new doctrine in foreign policy, Mr. President. Governor Bush, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm not so sure the role of the United States is to go around the world and say this is the way it's got to be.
Through cleverly edited footage, Stewart highlights Bush's many contradictions with a mock debate, complete with himself as moderator.
In your time in Texas, what have you done to demonstrate your willingness to be tough?
Well, I've been standing up to big Hollywood, big trial lawyers. What was the question? It was about emergencies, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
It's biting, brilliant, and above all, brutally funny.
Mr. President, is the idea to just build a new country that we like better?
We will tear down the apparatus of terror, and we will help you to build a new Iraq that is prosperous and free. I don't think our troops ought to be used for what's called nation building.
Of course, this is far from the only time George W. Bush was a target for Stewart. Number 6, Indecision 2004.
The 2004 presidential election is well underway. The two major parties are very much in the thick of the battle.
By 2004, Jon Stewart had perfected election night satire and was arguably at the height of his comedic powers. Along with his equally hysterical correspondents, including Stephen Colbert in all his satirical right-wing glory, Stewart offered a pitch-perfect skewering of that year's political contest and all the players involved, centering on President George W. Bush and Democratic challenger Senator John Kerry.
With the president complimenting Kerry on, quote, an important victory. Bush said he looked forward to a spirited contest and added, quote, I'm thinking about you. Even more disturbing was when Kerry discovered the call was coming from inside his own house.
What ensued was must-watch TV.
One of the highest voter turnouts of all time, and we have a legitimate win for the... Don't you feel good? The system works. I never thought I'd say this. I miss voter fraud.
In fact, this coverage earned The Daily Show its second Peabody Award, proving Stewart and company were not just following politics, they were rewriting how comedy responded to it.
Here he is giving one of his volunteers a big hug. Thank you so much. Embracing fellow Senator Ted Kennedy. And, of course, giving his wife, Teresa... an accidental running into.
Number 5, Jon Stewart versus Jim Cramer.
I can't reconcile the brilliance and knowledge that you have of the intricacies of the market with the crazy bullshit I see you do every night.
Following the 2008 financial crisis, Jon Stewart took CNBC and Mad Money host Jim Cramer to task. Hard. You see, Jon went to town with a damning and hilarious montage of Cramer giving reckless advice.
You!
And when Jim Cramer himself appeared on the show, Stewart proceeded to tear him apart with surgical precision, while still landing jokes like,
Isn't there a problem selling snake oil as vitamin tonic?
And while the interview started off civil enough, Stewart quickly exposed his hypocrisy with clips from 2006.
Say that here. I can't. I'm not gonna say it on TV.
It's on TV now.
These clips were responsible for introducing the phrase Roll 212 into the Daily Show lexicon, essentially a code for your career is over.
I mean, if I may, just roll
It's your show,
212.
for heaven's sake.
Roll 212.
No, not 212.
Number 4, taking down Tucker Carlson, again.
Why do we have to fight? The two of you?
When Jon Stewart showed up on CNN's long-running political debate show Crossfire in 2004, he flipped the script. The Emmy-winning funny man pleaded with the hosts, including a young Tucker Carlson, to, quote, stop hurting America, ultimately taking them to task.
That's what I wanted to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop hurting America.
Okay, now.
Fast forward some 20 years, and Stewart was once again taking aim at Tucker, this time over his fawning interview with Vladimir Putin.
Professor, tell me, what is step 1 in delivering world-class fealty to power?
Here's why we're doing it. First, because it's our job. We're in journalism.
Lie about what your job is.
Stewart went on to hilariously mock Carlson's softball questions, strange facial reactions, and giddy endorsement of Russia.
When you're sitting there interviewing Putin and you don't plan to challenge his utter bullshit, but you don't want to really be that obvious, what do you do with your face? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's not really a straight face as much as you try to convey a mixture of what appears to be shame, arousal, and I'm going to say irregularity.
Yep, it was a full circle takedown that proved Stewart's comedic aim had only sharpened with time.
The guy really likes bread. I hate to think what would have happened if he had found a bagel.
Number 3, telling Fox News to go F itself.
Baby, I don't want to fight, baby.
Few targets received as much of Jon Stewart's gleeful scorn on The Daily Show as Fox News and its many on-air personalities. And no takedown was quite as, well, musical as this one.
And I believe this country should provide some kind of social safety net for our most vulnerable citizens. Communists.
When Stewart called in a full gospel choir to sing the phrase, "Go F yourself," it became hilariously soulful stuff.
He's got a point now. He's got a point now.
Bernie Goldberg, I don't need to satisfy your version of what fair satire is or should be. I'm not fair. I'm not balanced. He's unstable.
The stunt proved genius, with Stewart turning Fox News' hypocrisy into a full-blown Broadway number.
Fox News, you're the lupus of news.
The joyful delivery, not to mention Jon's dance moves, contrasted perfectly with the brutal message, making it one of the show's most iconic and cathartic bits. It wasn't just satire. It was a roast wrapped in choir robes.
Go! As long as fair and balanced is how you sell yourselves.
Number 2, Trump pizza rant. When former Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin hit New York in 2011 to meet with reality show star and future President Donald Trump, Jon Stewart was initially heartened by their choice of cuisine. Good old New York pizza.
You know what? Slice of pizza. Respect.
However, his joy quickly curdled like bad mozzarella. First, Trump dragged Palin to a generic pizza joint. Red flag number 1.
The place is called Famous Familia Pizza. It is an Albanian chain of pizzerias.
What?
Then came the pizza stacking, faux pas number 2.
So you piece of...
But the ultimate insult? Trump, a self-proclaimed true New Yorker, ate his pizza with a fork.
Are you eating it with a fork? A f***ing fork!
Stewart's brain seemingly short-circuited, launching him into a legendary, and not to mention hilarious rant for the ages, all while he questioned Trump's New Yorker credentials.
Donald Trump, why don't you just take that fork and stick it right in New York's eye?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Glenn Beck parody.
One had the hammer and sickle, the other was a swastika. But on each banner read the words here in America of this: social justice.
Few late-night parodies have ever hit harder or funnier than Jon Stewart's epic takedown of Glenn Beck's chalkboard-fueled rants.
I'm going to show you something that is going to blow your mind. And why am I the only one that's saying it? Am I crazy or...
When Beck jumped from HLN to Fox News, his profile soared along with his views and theories. And so, Stewart saw a golden opportunity and delivered an impression that perfectly captured Beck's wild-eyed logic and often outlandish theories.
What could you possibly have that would look like that? Oh, I don't know. Jesus?
The high point came in March 2010 when Jon, armed with a chalkboard and an arsenal of random photos, drew absurd connections between progressivism, Nazism, and even Bert from Sesame Street. The result was a comedic autopsy, and it was absolutely hysterical.
Tell me, word on the board, who is doing the lying? Aryans!
Which Daily Show moment with Jon Stewart cracked you up the most? Let us know in the comments below.
Before you eat it, make sure you dip it in salt water. It represents the tears of your ancestors. Oh, good, I see you're making more.